Have you ever looked in the mirror, wearing a dress you once loved, and whispered to yourself, "This doesn't feel like me anymore"? If you have, you're not alone. And no, you're not wrong either. Because the truth is, what used to feel elegant, flattering, and effortless now somehow feels off. Not because you've changed too much, but because your clothes haven't evolved with you. And the dress? It still fits, but it doesn't reflect who you are today. A woman with wisdom, with stories, with presence. So today, let's talk about dresses. Not trends, not what's in or out, but about how to reclaim your presence through the way you dress. You deserve to feel confident, visible, and stylish, not frumpy or outdated. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 subtle but common dress mistakes that quietly age you, and what to choose instead, so you can look elegant, graceful, and unmistakably you. Because style isn't about going back, it's about showing up as the woman you are now, with all your softness, strength, and substance. So if this speaks to you, if you've ever felt like your wardrobe no longer reflects your story, I'd love for you to stay with me. And before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share in the comments. Have you ever looked at a dress and thought, "This used to feel like me, but now it doesn't"? Let's talk. You're in good company. 1. Say no to boxy and baggy. Let's begin with one of the quietest style culprits, dresses that are boxy, shapeless, or just a little too baggy. I get it. When we don't feel fully confident in our body, the instinct is to cover up, to go for loose fits that feel safe. But here's what often happens instead. We disappear. Our presence gets lost in the fabric. The shape of the dress starts to speak louder than the woman inside it. Boxy dresses, shift silhouettes, oversized sacks, they may feel comfortable, but they rarely feel beautiful. And more importantly, they don't honor who you are now. You've earned curves. You've earned softness. You've earned the right to be seen with grace. When you wear something too big, it doesn't make you look smaller. It simply removes your shape. And the shape is what makes you you. The goal isn't to squeeze into anything. It's not about tight. It's about tailored. It's about finding dresses that fall gently where they should, that create soft structure without hard edges, and that remind the world, there's a woman here. A woman worth noticing. It's time to trade the safety of shapelessness for the beauty of thoughtful fit. Because style after 60 isn't about hiding, it's about standing tall in your skin and choosing dresses that help you do just that. 2. Midi over maxi. There's something magical about a hemline. It's subtle, yet it says so much. And when it comes to dresses after 60, one of the quietest ways we can elevate our look is by choosing midi over maxi. Now, maxi dresses have their place. Flowing, long, dramatic, they can feel romantic. But for many women, especially petite or soft-figured, they can overwhelm. Instead of elongating, they can drown us in fabric. Instead of effortless, they feel heavy. Midi dresses, the ones that fall below the knee but above the ankle, strike a balance. They show just enough to create movement, lightness, and shape, while still offering the coverage that feels right. A well-cut midi dress says, "I know who I am, and I know how to move through a room." There's something undeniably elegant about the way a midi hem sways when you walk. It invites attention without begging for it. It reveals just enough to be remembered, but never too much to feel exposed. That's the sweet spot. Subtle confidence. And here's the thing. Most women don't wear midi lengths because they think they're too old. But when done right, a midi is timeless, ageless. It frames the body in a way that says, "I'm still here, and I still care." So the next time you reach for a dress, pause. Let the hemline speak. Because sometimes it's the part of the dress that doesn't touch the floor that lifts you up the most. 3. Avoid loud prints and outdated florals. Prints are powerful. They whisper or they shout. And when we're no longer 25, we no longer need our dresses to do all the talking for us. One of the quickest ways a dress can look off after 60 is when the print feels louder than the woman wearing it. Loud, chaotic patterns, oversized florals, neon swirls, overly busy graphics can steal attention, not command it. They often feel like they're trying too hard, and that's never elegant. But here's what's more subtle and more dangerous: outdated florals. You know the ones, heavy, dated rose bouquets that remind you more of an old curtain than a fresh garden. These patterns can age even the most vibrant woman, not because she's old, but because the print doesn't evolve with her. Instead, think of prints as background music. They should enhance your presence, not overpower it. Soft watercolors, delicate geometrics, tone-on-tone patterns, and restrained botanicals. These say, "I've grown, and so has my taste." And florals? They still belong. But the new florals are subtle, airy, well-spaced. They don't cling to the dress or the decade. They feel modern, artistic, intentional. At this age, your presence is the main piece of art. The dress is simply the frame. And the right print? It supports you, doesn't compete with you. So the next time you shop, pause for a second. Hold the fabric up. Ask yourself, is this print leading the room, or am I? Because real style isn't loud, it's clear. And when your dress reflects who you are now, not who you were in 1986, you don't just look better, you feel it. 4. Accessorize to elevate. Accessories are like punctuation in your personal story. A well-placed necklace, a thoughtful scarf, a belt that hugs just right. They don't just finish a look, they frame your energy. But too often, we fall into one of two traps: either over-accessorizing in an attempt to compensate for something we feel is missing, or avoiding accessories altogether, thinking they're too much for our age. Neither is true. After 60, your style deserves intentional elevation, not embellishment. Accessories should never be the center of attention. They should quietly support your presence, not fight for it. Think simplicity. Think harmony. A slim belt that defines your shape without slicing your silhouette. A pair of earrings that catch light, not demand it. A scarf that softens the neckline, adds texture, and invites warmth without overwhelming. The key is not to decorate, but to refine. Just like you've let go of people or habits that no longer serve your piece, it's time to let go of accessories that only add noise. And be cautious of chasing trends. Chunky, oversized, overly shiny statement pieces may look exciting, but if they're not aligned with your essence, they'll wear you instead of the other way around. At this stage in life, you don't need your jewelry to speak for you. Your face does that. Your posture does that. Your calm confidence does that. So choose accessories the way you choose your words now. With care, with purpose, and always with grace. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing in your outfit is the restraint you showed in finishing it. By now, you've probably realized this video isn't just about dresses. It's about coming home to yourself. Because somewhere along the way, between changing bodies, shifting roles, and a culture obsessed with youth, many of us stopped dressing for ourselves. We started dressing for approval, or comfort, or out of habit. We began to shrink into clothes that no longer saw us clearly or celebrated us fully. But the truth is, you were never meant to disappear into your wardrobe. You were meant to show up in it. And at 60 plus, you're not dressing to impress anymore. You're dressing to remember. To remember that you're still powerful, still radiant, still allowed to feel beautiful. To remember that grace doesn't come from the label in your dress, it comes from the woman inside it. So if you've looked in the mirror lately and thought, I miss feeling like myself, then let your wardrobe become part of your healing, not by buying more, but by choosing better. By letting go of pieces that don't honor your essence and curating ones that feel like truth on fabric. Because style at this stage, it's not about turning back time, it's about owning this time, with softness, strength, and elegance that whispers instead of shouts. So here's my gentle invitation. Stand in front of your closet this week. Hold up one dress. Ask yourself, does this feel like who I am now? If the answer is yes, wear it with joy. If the answer is no, let it go lovingly. You've changed, and your clothes should celebrate that. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which part of this video resonated with you most? Is there a dress in your closet you're ready to retire or rediscover? Leave a comment below. Your voice might just help another woman feel seen. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more gentle, elegant guidance, and share it with a friend who deserves to feel radiant again. Here's to wearing dresses that feel like home. And here's to becoming the woman who walks with quiet power because she knows who she is.